Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mombi Kyra. I hope you're doing well. So today I just wanted to share a bit of my journey, how I moved from being a C student to being an A student in high school and ended up doing medicine basically. So I was in a public school initially. It was a great school. It was really an awesome school. But my personal attitude towards the school was not that great because I didn't like it from the time I finished primary. I knew about this school even when I was in primary school, and I didn't want to go there. But I went there. So I just did not want to be in the school. I hated it. It wasn't even bad because people used to transfer to that school. Let's call this school, what do you call this school? Greenland. Because it was green. So people used to transfer to Greenland and say it's an amazing school. People passed well in Greenland, but personally, I had such an attitude towards Greenland. I didn't want to be in Greenland. So to me, nothing like Greenland, we could have been given pizza and I would still have been like, Greenland is the worst school on earth. Yeah, my personal attitude towards Greenland was not amazing, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't performing in Greenland. So I got to Greenland in Form 1, I stayed up to Form 2, second term. The whole time I was in Greenland, my grades never went above a B minus. I think I got a B minus once. So that's Form 1 and Form 2, which is supposed to be the easiest. And I never got above a B minus. So I don't know what I was doing with my life. I was not a serious person. And this is coming from a person who had 401 in my KCPE. So of course everyone was concerned. I mean, I was also concerned, but I knew I did not want to be here despite being concerned. Do you understand? So anyway, I didn't like Greenland at all. Nothing about Greenland made me happy personally. And because I was a rebellious teenager, like most of you guys are, please don't be a rebellious teenager. I had a bad attitude towards Greenland, and that bad attitude was one of the reasons why I wasn't passing. I was going to class for the sake of going to class. Was I reading? Not really. I wasn't going out of my way to learn or to do something extra. I was just there. Like I was just in school. In fact, I was in school for the funkies, which is funny because I was always the girl who people ask, unajua Grace ni nani? Umeonana na Brenda? Unajua Brenda kwapi? Unajua Chose kwapi? You know, that girl who guys talk to for that reason. But I was still a funky junkie. Like for me, school was all about funkies, drama fest, music fest. I was in lawn tennis. I was just everywhere, doing everything but being in school. I was there for the fun of high school, the high school experience of funky after funky. So that also contributed to my grades. So my attitude and the fact that I was in school for the sake of it. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have something that was driving me towards my grade. All I knew was I wanted out of that school. So first of all, if your attitude is bad, you just have to change your attitude. That's one of the ways you're going to move from a C to an A. Changing your attitude. So I didn't change my attitude. I changed schools. Okay, I changed schools. I came home. I used to tell my parents I don't want to be in Greenland. In fact, I used to cry every single time we go to school because I did not want to be in Greenland. Yani if opening day, I even refused to eat chicken. I refused chicken. I was serious about wanting out. I had to be as dramatic as possible. I am not advising you to be dramatic. Please don't be dramatic. Stay in your school and pass. Because people used to transfer to Greenland. They liked Greenland. Greenland was so lipita. People passed. So anyway, I spoke to my parents. I promised them. I remember I wrote a letter and I promised my parents if they transferred me from Greenland to, what do I call the other school? I'm tempted to call it Heaven on Earth. Because it was heaven on earth for me. Okay, so I moved from Greenland to the Alps. I'll call it the Alps, like, you know, Alp, ALPS, because it was cold. So I convinced them I wanted to go to the Alps. I even wrote them a letter. I was like, mother and father, dearest mother and father, I hope this finds you well. I promise if you change me from Greenland, I will get an A. Yeah, I promised them I'd get an A if they changed me. So I have very understanding parents. Of course, after guidance and counseling, I was taken to guidance and counseling, and I said my only problem is I don't want to be there. I just don't want to be in Greenland. That was it. I did not want to be there. So I told them if they changed me, I'd pass. So come third term Form 2, I moved to the Alps. So I need you to understand, when I was in Greenland, I used to fail. Like, Physics, I had less than a 20%, 90% of the time. I never got above 50 in any subject. I know my siblings right now, they're just like, what? You? Madam Daktari? Anyway, me, I never got above 50. I used to have 10, 20s, that kind of grade. You can do this. If you have 10 and 20s, just keep watching. I'll tell you what I did. So I go to the Alps. First of all, have you ever been so happy about something and so genuinely in love? Nothing could pull you down. That's how I was about the Alps. I was like, hey, uniform, you're the Alps in a car, poor. Greenland, we used to wear long skirts, like those long baggy skirts that reach here. If you're seeing where they reach here, and if they even come close to here, you are suspended. Now I go to the Alps, we have these cute skirts that reach below our knees, and we wear trousers sometimes, and we have jackets that come with the school uniform. Yani, when I was in Greenland, my legs used to fura. Like my legs used to swell and become so big they couldn't fit in my shoe because of the cold. Now the Alps is colder than Greenland, but my legs were flourishing. I mean, my whole body was flourishing. I was just so happy being there. So now, my first week in the Greenland, I'm excited. I'm in this new school. The food is good. The teachers are great. We are not many. I was, wow. The Alps was a private school, so I was amazed. I was in love. I was in love with the Alps. And the thing you need to remember is, even in the Alps, there are people who were saying they want to transfer from the Alps and go somewhere else. The same way I wanted to transfer from Greenland, because I was like, Greenland it's not good. They said that's the same way some people were in the Alps and they're like, oh, this Alps, like such a shady school. Like, oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, that's the same way. But my attitude in the Alps changed. In the Alps, I was like, this is my dream school. This right here is where I want to be. So I was behind when it came to the syllabus. Because in Greenland, public schools, they don't go as fast as private schools. So I come to this private school, I realized that I am way, way behind. I had an exam coming up in 1 month. I just cried one day. I was so sad because I was like, I'm going to disappoint my parents considering they've ongezad money, like they've just added fees and brought me to the Alps where I wanted to be. So I approached a friend, someone who we were in the same primary with, and they were in the Alps. Shout out to you, Linda, if you ever watch this. So this girl, she, out of her generosity and her kind heart, she decided to teach me, like to just teach me things to get me at par. So this is where I seriously began studying at. Like seriously began studying. I used to study with my friend Linda. I used to study with my friend Diana Hope. Shout out to Diana Hope. I used to study with my friend Magda. We just used to meet and study. And then on top of that, I used to approach my teachers. I know you look very confident, but even I am afraid of approaching my teachers, like you are afraid of approaching your teachers. But they're not going to swallow you. Trust me, they will not. They will not think you're stupid. They will help you. So just go ahead and ask for help. They're there for you. So I used to approach my teachers and ask them for help where I don't understand. So in the Alps, we have this thing where from 4 to 5, you have free period. So that's when you go approach your teachers, ask them to teach you. And then 5 to 6, you're still free to like shower and those things. 6 is supper time. So that's what I started doing. I started approaching my teachers. I started doing extra work and taking it for marking. I was constantly in the staff room because I genuinely wanted help. I needed help. So I started doing extra work, taking it for marking, demanding it very soon. Like constantly reminding your teacher, hey, Madam Nani, Madam Riziki, have you marked my work? So I didn't understand why I failed this, or can you please explain how this math solution is done? Blah, 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 such. The thing you need to remember, those people you're scared of, you won't meet them again. How many people do I talk to from my high school? I think I talked to 3 people. 3. Yeah, I literally talk to 3 people, and we don't even talk every day. We talk once in a while. So whoever you are scared of, that at Watasema you're always in the staff room, please don't. You won't meet them. This is your future. Unfortunately, your future depends on your studies unless you're Uhuru's son or your father is a multimillionaire. As long as your father is not a multimillionaire, most of us depend on our studies for our success. Not all of us will have talents or will be called out and suddenly will be famous. Most of us will depend on our education. Majority of you. So you need to leave those people alone. Manze, you won't meet them. They won't influence your future. Like the mtaachana high school, you go your own path, they go their own path. So just approach the teacher. Don't be afraid. Go tell them, I don't understand this and that. Kindly show me. I have done some extra questions. Kindly mark them. And you need to be friendly. Like, you can't just go there not smiling at your teacher. Nikoko zombie, I have extra work. Please mark. No, you have to smile, be have a warm personality if possible, so that they can want to help you. When you see them kipitana, just say, "Hi, Mr. Gedhombe." Yeah, hi, Nani. Like, just say hi to your teachers. Create that kind of an environment. So it reached a point in Form 4 where at 4 p.m. we used to even go for practicals with our teachers. Extra time practicals, not lesson time practicals, because practicals are also important. So make sure you sit at the front, up on belly, during practicals. I used to sit at the front because when I sit at the back, my mind just it wanders. 1 minute I'm swimming in Mombasa, the next minute I'm shopping in Dubai, and I'm in Kenya. Not at a Sinado. Yeah. So I used to sit at the front because when you sit in front, you're forced to listen. But then remember, just because something worked for me doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. But I'm challenging you to find something that works for you. That's what I did. Like, I looked for things that worked for me from my friends. There's a point where I tried this thing of sleeping sijui at 2, waking up by 5, watu wa kulala 4 hours, mnasoma hadi na torch. It personally did not work for me because I'd fall asleep in class, to the point where my parents were called to school because I was passing but falling asleep in class. So anyway, after the first time after that exam where I was in the Alps, I didn't even know what I got. So our parents were coming for clinic day. So my mom came. So we're there, we're waiting for our results, and then she saw your daughter has a B plus. She's like, this one, like, who you? The one who had C's. But she was really happy. And from there, I think that was the lowest grade I ever got in high school, B plus. From that, I was just B plus, A minus, B plus, A minus. So that's what I personally did. I used to read because I couldn't stay up late reading like those people who are sleeping 5 hours. I would utilize my whole day, and I mean my whole day. From morning, morning prep, I make sure I get out of the hostel on time to go to my morning prep, the dorm, sorry, and I make sure I concentrate during my morning prep. Break time, I discuss with a friend as I go for break. You know how at break you have lines where you wait for tea and bread? I would discuss with my friend as I wait for my breakfast. Lunchtime, we had from 1 to 2 to eat our lunch. I used to eat from 1 to 1:30, whether I have an extra class or not. Because sometimes we used to have extra classes, those 30 minutes, 1:30 to 2. So whether I have an extra class or not, I want to be done with eating my food by 1:30. Whether that day tutaanza kula 1:15 or tutaanza kula 1:02. By 1:30, I was settled and sitting down. The other thing I did was at 5, hiyo time ya kuoga, I used to shower very fast. If I have an appointment with the teacher, I make sure I'm on time for that appointment. If not, I meet up with a friend and discuss. Something that's very, very important. I cannot stress on how important this is. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That is very important. The people you hang out with, birds of a feather flock together. You don't want to hear this. I know you don't. But it's very important. The people you surround yourself with shape you, they mold you. So you really need to be careful. You can't be aiming for an A and all your friends are E's. Like, what are they teaching you? Just go approach someone who gets A's in your class. Watch them. How do they study? Maybe you can learn a thing or two. Hang out with them. Ask them questions. Or randomly tell your friend facts about whatever you've learned that day. So that's what all my friends, they were people who were high performers. Actually, everyone I used to hang out with currently does medicine. One person does nursing. She actually got an A and chose to do nursing. So she had the opportunity to do whatever she wanted. I have one friend who does engineering. Yeah, all my friends got to do their dream courses because your friends define who you are. Your friends, the people you hang out with, they're the ones who will tell you how they study. They're the ones who will tell you, Manze, what happened in math? Can we discuss it? Or what? So, however, you have friends who your work is to discuss what the teacher wore. The teacher who is earning salary. Come on. Your future depends on this. So that's what I did. The people I surrounded myself with were people who had the same future as me. There are people who got high grades, so I used to learn from them how to do things differently. We used to discuss. Our friendship was not just based on gossip. We used to discuss things also. Anything else I did? Is there anything else I did? I prayed because above all things, I believe in God. Always have and always will. So I put God at the forefront of my education. I really, really prayed. I also had a reward system with my parents where I would tell them, so mom, dad, This time my target is going to be an A minus. If I get it, get me a dress or get me shoes, like whatever my heart desired at the time. And for me, it really worked. It really motivated me towards getting what I wanted. So maybe you can try that. I also used to have short notes, like I'd write short notes in a more Kenya kind of thing so that I can read them when I'm walking in the queue or when I'm just seated somewhere quiet and I don't feel like discussing. I do this the short more Kenya, or I just go to the field, have a like sit down and do that. But most of all was teachers. You need to listen to your teachers even in class. Class is not time for you to catch up on notes. It is not time for you to catch up on your friends by writing notes to your friends. Class is a time to listen to your teachers. You'd rather listen to your teachers in class, alafu free time uende ulale. But don't do that. I used to utilize my whole day. So if I'm not in class, I'm reading. So ikifika time ya kulala na lala. Time ya games na game. Like nacheza. Time ya kusoma ni ya masomo. Seriousness. Practice questions. Pray. Work hard. You can do this. I did it. I moved from a C to an A with just those simple steps. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, follow me for more videos. And you guys are my besties, like my best friends. So watch my other videos about my other life things. Yeah. So that's it. Take care. Ciao. Nini tusema French. Nana. Okay, I'm done.